If you've listened to this program before, you're no stranger to me talking about Garage 71. That is another online radio station that my good friend Timo Snyder works at. He does a weekly show there called EAV Radio, and on that, he is probably one of the ska authorities of the nation. I go to him for a lot of my information, and he's turned me on to the two bands that we're going to talk about a little bit today. We're lucky enough to have both Chris Demakes of Less Than Jake and JT Turrent of Arrogant Sons of Bitches joining us right now. These two guys have been working on a project that happens every year about this time, since 2014. Started off as the Ska Goes Solo tour, and now it's called Let's Go Solo. So I'm going to let Timo take it from here. Timo, if you want to start off.
Yeah, and so I've got you both here. I want to talk about the Let's Go Solo tour, but I want to start with some just individual questions at you first. Chris, first one for you. Can you tell me about this single, I'll Be Your Eyes, benefiting hospice?
Yeah, basically, my grandmother lived with my parents for the last 10 years of her life when she went blind. And the last 6 months of her life, the wonderful people of hospice in Southwest Florida came in to help my parents care for her in those last critical moments. And I wanted to give back to the charity, so I wrote a song based around my grandma's situation. And so far to date, I've raised over $5,000 for the hospice in Southwest Florida.
Where can we go to find that and help get that song and help out there?
Yeah, you just go to YouTube and just type in Chris Demakes, Demakes, and type in Chris Demakes, I'll Be Your Eyes. The whole story is on there, and at the end of the video, it tells where you can donate, and also within the story, it gives you a link to where you can go donate.
That's awesome, Chris. Follow-up question on a different vein. I heard something about, and I actually heard one of your covers of some Iron Maiden and Motley Crue, ska and reggae style from Rare Breed Records.
Right.
Where can somebody find those, and how did that project come about?
Our drummer started this thing called Rare Breed with a buddy of ours named Obi. Obi plays in a band called Westbound Train, and they started the project. I don't even know if they're doing it anymore because they're both just got so much going on, but it was a project they started. They wanted to do just cover songs that weren't reggae and make them reggae. And I did a Motley Crue song and an Iron Maiden song, and Obi came down. We were playing the PlayStation Theater in New York. He came down about 2 years ago with some recording equipment, and I did my vocals in a dressing room, and it came out cool. You know, people liked it, and I'm still waiting for my flexi disc from that. I don't think I'll ever see it, but
Nice. Turning to you, JT.
Hi.
How did this whole idea of playing solo start, and where did it come from, and how did you make it work?
Well, lucky for me, my band broke up, so I got to grab the limelight and go out on my own. And, because I had been playing in ASOB and touring around in other bands and stuff, I already knew, all the promoters and people in other bands in other cities. So when I wanted to start a solo act, I just took right up where I left off. I had already been writing songs, kind of like funny comedy songs. And it just came kind of natural to me, and I started doing it. And then, eventually it just kept snowballing. Did the Warped Tour, did a few other tours. And then around 2013, I decided I wanted to put something together with other people from bands breaking out doing solo stuff. And, I had an idea for the tour, Ska Goes Solo. And so I made a wish list of people that I wanted to have headline it. And right at the top was Chris from Less Than Jake. So he was the first person I contacted. And he said yes. So that was a gimme. And the tour was off and running from there. And been doing it every year since. I haven't released too much solo material, and nor has Chris, but I kind of like that every time we come around, people that want to hear our solo stuff, pretty much the only way to hear it is to see us live, save for a few songs that have been released online.
Real quick side question on that. I'm still having trouble. I keep calling it Ska Gone Solo because I saw you guys back in 2014, and I'm getting used to the new name Let's Go Solo now. Why did that name change?
I think Chris and I had a conversation early on that It's possible that some people don't even know what the word ska means. I mean, if you're already listening to ASOB or Less Than Jake, you probably know what it means. But I think I was in Florida, and it was in the paper, Ska Goes Solo, and my mother was on the phone with her friends. He's doing a show, Scott Goes Solo. Look it up online. I'm like, that's Scott Ska. But
who's Scott?
Let's Go Solo is pretty universal. And the other thing we realized is that some of our opening acts and some of the other people we might want to collaborate with in the future aren't ska per se. It's a pretty niche genre, and not everybody plays ska songs, including us. It's like only 20% ska in the show, but we are from ska bands, which is where the name came from. But I think Let's Go Solo is more inclusive, and we've got some bands that don't play ska that are on the show now, and now when they invite people, they won't have their friends saying, ska? I don't listen to ska. So
you make a very good reasoned argument.
We still wave the checkered flag proudly, but Let's Go Solo is easier to find online.
All right, for both of you, Chris and JT, I know it's got to be very different going from a full group to doing solo, and I'm sure there's pluses and minuses to both, being in a full band or just solo. As an artist, though, let's stay positive here, and what do you guys think is better about playing as a solo act as apart from a band?
You don't have to deal with your band members.
Yeah, it's more spontaneous. I don't have to argue about the set list. If I decide to play a song, I just go and play it.
Yeah, there's no arguing about the set list. Yeah, nobody else drinks your beer. There's a whole litany of reasons. It's just I don't know. It's cool for me. It's just a break. It's something different. If I had to do this full time, I'd want to be in a band. The grass is always greener type thing. But when JT had asked me to do this, it was kind of I kind of sat on it for a second, and I thought to myself, I'm not getting any younger, and if I don't do this now, I'm probably going to look back and never have done it. So I kind of just jumped in, and now it's like a yearly thing. We do 4 or 5 shows a year at the end of the year, typically holiday time, and we'd like to do more. Our schedules don't always permit being able to do more shows, but next year we're trying to maybe fit some more in. But it's kind of like a special thing. It's fun. There's no pressure on it. Him and I get in a car and we drive around, and lots of laughs, and it's a good time, and it's intimate with the people that come see us. We're not playing big places, and it's just a lot more personal. And the people that do come see us, they're what we call the super fans. They are really into our everything we do, our career, so to speak. So it's really cool.
Nice. I like that. My next question was what the benefit for the fans, but you just answered that there, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that one since you already did it.
Oh, it's great for them. It's fantastic. They should all buy tickets now. It's such a benefit for them.
You guys are hearing this, right? Go buy your tickets now for these shows. Any spoilers of any songs you might be playing, either of you?
I got a new one called If Your House is Underwater. I'm really excited about that because I am staunchly anti-hurricane, and there seems to be a lot of hurricanes hitting Florida, and that bums me out. So this is my anti-hurricane song. So I'm excited to debut that one on this tour.
I took that as your house was underwater, like you're upside down on your mortgage.
Listen, it's open to interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I might ditch the intro and let it apply to you in any way you think your house could be underwater. What do you got, Chris, on this tour? You looking forward to playing?
Yeah, I'm toying with a couple things. Not much. I got a couple Less Than Jake songs that have never been played before. That I'm going to play some just like fun, like little 2-minute like punk songs. But most of my set isn't so much about the songs. I've always said this. It's it's the stories that's the other cool thing about the acoustic aspect is it's kind of like a storyteller's type thing, and I think that's what some of the fans kind of like too. It's just kind of off the cuff, and I just kind of tell stories of some of the origins of the songs, and that's what I really look forward to is that aspect of it, the intimacy of that.
Nice, I like it. With the you guys already mentioned Let's Go Solo can include anyone from any genre. You guys have anyone else you've talked to or you would like to talk about joining a Let's Go Solo tour in the future?
There were a few names early on that I really wanted, but I don't want to jinx it by saying that they said yes or no. a few of them said maybe, and I'd still like to really have them.
Gotcha.
People from bands mostly.
Yeah, a lot.
In that case, I'm not going to push you on it.
Well, Chris, did you have any dream?
Yeah, I've asked some people, but it's you have to be into this kind of stuff. I've done solo stuff before. It was never on a scale like this where I went out on a solo tour, but I've done one-off things, and the bass player Less Than Jake, Roger, and I, we've done acoustic stuff on the radio, so it was no stranger to me to do this stuff. But for guys that haven't done it, that have just been in a band, you say, hey, we're going to strip you naked with just an acoustic guitar and your voice, it's daunting to some people. And I've asked people that I thought for sure would jump at it, and these are some people that are, that if I were to team up with them, we could probably go out and do pretty well and make some good money, and they just are just not interested, just mostly out of fear, I think. If there was other people that wanted to do it.
Yeah, I mean, but at one point, Chris hadn't done it yet, and when we started off, we did straight 14 days in a row, and now he loves doing it. So to anybody thinking about going solo, just jump in, man. Just dive in. It's a fun time, and the kids love it. I mean, some of them are not kids. Some of our fans are actually older than us now, but they passed us. But yeah, it's definitely a fun time, and there's I got a few on my wish list, and we're definitely there's at least 2 more seats in the car. So
we could also strap you to the roof like the grandma on vacation.
Hey man, why do I got to be on the roof?
Nice. Ooh.
I got to find at least one artist less popular than me to be strapped to the roof so I can at least be in the car.
Sounds to me like Let's Go Solo, the documentary, is coming out soon.
Nice. Well, for this tour, Christmas Leg, you guys are playing December 26th in Atlanta at the Masquerade. My understanding, you've got local band Taj Motel Trio opening up, and also Sarah and the Safe Word.
Yeah, Taj Motel Trio, I've known them for just about as long as I've known any band. They've been around for 20 years. I'm stoked to have them.
Maybe you guys could clear something up. Do you know where the Masquerade is now? Because the location on North Avenue closed, and then we played a place downtown that was not in the greatest area, right by a tube station, a subway station.
Right.
Is this? I heard that was a temporary location, and they moved again, or is it going to be in that place still?
As far as the MARTA station, I'm not real familiar in that area. I think that's correct. We are in an area that was formerly known as Atlanta Underground, and well, still is to this extent. The Underground currently is nothing but the Masquerade.
Right.
All 3 of the rooms are set up in different venues there, and they've done a lot of work to actually make the rooms sound good again.
Okay, so that's on Lower Alabama Street.
Yeah, down there by the state capitol.
Okay. Well, that's where Less Than Jake played about a year ago. But I was told it was last fall. I was told that was a temporary location. They were going to find a permanent place. But okay. And JT still thought it was at the old North Avenue location. I didn't think it was.
I haven't played there. I haven't played in Atlanta for a while. And the last time I played there was the Masquerade in the Purgatory Room, and I went on a Monday night by myself after Agnostic Front, and. So I'm looking forward to getting back there because I think I could do better than playing to walking out hardcore kids.
Yep.
On this one, because it'll be people that know us and not Agnostic Front fans trying to head for the door.
Yeah. Let me go on with the rest of the tour. You're playing December 27th at the Crowbar in Tampa, December 29th at the ROK Bar in Daytona Beach, and December 29th in Lake Worth. And then December 30th at Rackham Spirits in Cape Coral. I just wanted to shout all those out so anybody in those areas, make sure you go and see the Let's Go Solo tour. Can you guys give me any other information?
Lake Worth is at Propaganda.
At Propaganda, okay.
I don't know if you said that.
I don't think I did.
We're going back. That one we've played before, and we've played the Crowbar before. So stoked to go back to those 2 places. And this is the first time ever we're playing Atlanta and Daytona. So that's cool, too.
And we're happy you're coming to Atlanta. You got any idea about any bands opening up at those other gigs in Florida?
There's one on the Crowbar in Ybor City called Victims of Circumstance. That's another one. They've been around forever. I know they...
I love those guys.
We actually played with them in St. Pete.
Yeah. They've been around. I think they played one of the Let's Go Solo shows before even, too. And,
yeah, they did.
Yeah, and... So they're awesome, and the other band on that show is Monument Beach. The drummer is this guy, Woody Bond. He's like the mayor of Tampa, ska punk. I love that guy. He's been in like 100 bands. Known him forever. Played with him at the skate park of Tampa a bunch of times. And the Daytona one is, they told me it's like they're doing a block party. There's a Sublime tribute band, a bunch of DJs, and this band Reform playing on our show. So it's like a little downtown Daytona Beach festival type thing.
Sweet.
And same thing with Cape Coral. They've added a bunch of bands on a patio stage. So it's going to be a big back and forth. And that's Chris's stomping grounds. Port Charlotte is where he's from, so that'll be his homecoming. And Lake Worth Propaganda is my homecoming. I'm not from there, but my parents live down there, and I go do karaoke at that bar sometimes. So I'm stoked for all of these. They're all looking fantastic.
Nice.
Once again, tickets are on sale now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Perfect time of year to be doing those venues, too.
Yeah, people want us to come to some other cities every time we announce this, but, Florida's nice and warm this time of year.
That's right.
Kind of want to see my family around the holidays, and, come on. We'll get to the other places eventually, but this holiday Southeast run has really become a tradition, and I hope we keep doing it for years to come.
Last question before I go off on my typical Timo tangents that I always go on. I hate the phrase elevator speech, but unfortunately it's actually a good one. If you ran into somebody in an elevator and you got 30 seconds to convince them of something, what is your speech? So my question for you guys is, what is your elevator speech? What are you going to tell people on the radio right now so that they make sure they buy tickets and don't miss this show?
Go, Chris. Elevator speech.
Elevator speech, 30 seconds. Have you ever seen me naked? No. You need to. I'm getting naked at these shows. Buy tickets. Thank you.
I think he means figuratively.
I'm that good looking.
Elevator speech.
Okay, you go.
All right, elevator speech. Anything could happen. You don't know. I mean, we're up there with an acoustic guitar. You can shout out for a song. Maybe we'll play it. Maybe we'll make a joke about how stupid your request was. Who knows? Anything could happen. It's the Let's Go Solo tour. You don't want to miss it. You can get tickets, and then you'll be there. Oh, and you don't need a ticket for Cape Coral. It's just $5 at the door.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Elevator speech from Chris Demakes and JT Turrent. My last question that I generally ask, it's a pretty loaded question. Dan and I met through music. We met actually on the Flogging Molly cruise, and that's how we started working together. I was wondering if, Chris, you would ever consider returning, or either both of you could maybe consider getting the Let's Go Solo tour on the Flogging Molly cruise.
Well,
I would take just about any cruise. I've never done one of those boat shows. I'm not much of a boat act. Chris, what do you think?
the boat shows are great. I mean, it would just boil down to if we were going to bring people to the boat. I mean, it's a lot of money, those cruises. But if they ask me,
you got to buy a cabin and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, they provide the cabin, but in order for them to provide a cabin, they'd have to buy it for me. The artists don't buy them, but you'd have to you'd have to put enough asses on the boat for them to want you there. So if anyone was willing to put me solo on a boat, I would take it in a heartbeat. Yes.
Dan, you got anything to add? That about wraps it up for my inquiries.
I had just a couple of quick things. Since I'm the newbie of this particular group here, did I hear a rumor that there's a 7-inch single coming out for this tour?
Oh, we actually released one called Ska Goes Solo on the first tour.
Oh, gotcha.
It's got Up by Krista Demakes. Brian Eldred has a song on there called The Diviner, and mine is called Morbor. And we'll have it on sale. It's from Asbestos Records, and we don't have that many copies left, so that's another good reason to come to the shows, because I'm running out of these. If you don't have it, come to the shows and grab one.
There you go. Visit the merch table. That's important.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We might not even set a merch table up. But you can probably just ask during the song, and we'll work the transaction into the lyrics.
Okay, that was my elevator speech right there. I'm going. I'll be there.
Awesome.
Just to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's limited edition vinyl, man. You can turn around and sell these things on eBay for more than you bought them from us.
Well, Chris and JT, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us today. Well, Dan and I will both be at this show, obviously, and we're going to see how many butts we can get in there as well for you. So really looking forward to it. And again, thank you very much for taking the time for talking to Dan and I today.
Thanks for taking the time to want to speak to us. We appreciate the support, and looking forward to seeing you guys again.
Yeah, see you in Atlanta. Thanks a lot.
Looking forward to it.
All right, take care, guys.